Hello, hello, hello. It is great to be here. I'm so excited to be here, and I'm so excited to talk to you today. It's Thursday, and that means it's time for Walking the Path. A great discussion, always, because it's an interactive discussion with each of you. Hello, and today we're talking about walking the path, opening your heart. I just attended a week retreat in Portland with Joe Dispenza. And it was amazing. It was an amazing retreat and amazing insights into plant medicine as well. So I'm super excited to share with you the insights. Hey, Erica, great to see you. So, man, I just want to share with you what's happened this last week. It was really, really tremendous. Why do we retreat, right? Colby, hey. Gord, hey, wow, everybody, happy Thursday. Yes, indeed. I'm so happy you guys are here. Thank you. So listen, Rythmia is a week retreat. I went to this week retreat with Joe Dispenza, and here's what I'm seeing. Hello, Git from Denmark. Hello, Jill. Oh, love it. You guys are awesome. Elizabeth, hello, beautiful to see you. So let me tell you, why do we retreat? We retreat to move forward. We retreat to disconnect ourselves from life, from the busy comings and goings and all of the social media and all of the things to do and people and all of that we are, my phone's going off, sorry. That we step away from that, right? The phone constantly going off. We're constantly being pulled in different directions. Hey, Norway's in the house. Great. Thank you, Elizabeth. So we retreat. We pull away from all of that for just a short time so that we can focus on what's real, so that we can lift our minds above confusion. I love that phrase. That's a phrase from Ernest Holmes, and I want to share with you some things about that. But I really want to get into the topic today, which is open your heart. I want to share with you some things that I saw about myself this last week and what's really coming to me. What I'm seeing is that I frequently slip into judgment and judge other people, and in doing so, I close my heart. And I'm in my head. I see it more and more since really plant medicine and all of the work I've done. But then this retreat this last week also really brought some things up for me. So my favorite teacher, one of my favorite teachers, Reverend Kathleen McNamara, who is just an angel at Agape, she said one time, I'm not asking to never fall asleep again. I'm just asking to wake up faster when I do. Right? And that is really the point, that I know that I'm going to slip into judgment and opinion about other people sometimes. I'm not asking to never slip into judgment. I know it's going to happen. We're human. I'm not asking to never react. I know it's going to happen. We're human. What I'm asking is that I don't fall asleep, or I wake up faster when I do fall asleep. That's, hey, Alyssa, hey, Sarah, woo, in Arizona, Regine, nice to see you all. Thank you so much for coming. So here's the deal. How do we do that? How do we take, I just did this retreat. You go to Rythmia for a week. You go to Agape, or you go to your favorite spiritual center, or you do a meditation and you're open-hearted and everything's great. And then bam, something happens. The other day I was driving down the freeway. My friend called me for prayer. He was in a bad way. He goes, I need some prayer. I said, great. So I pray. We're praying, and I'm driving and praying, right? And man, it was this expansive, open-hearted, boom, just God, presence, love. We both felt the energy. And we get off the phone call. We get off the call from praying. I hang up the phone. I'm driving, and someone pulls out in front of me, like from a dead stop. They were pulling out from a parking lot. And I'm on the PCH, right? So it's like I have to slam on my brakes. My bag goes flying. The coffee goes flying. And I am pissed. Like, I went from this expanded, oh, right, to fuck you. I mean, like in a second, right? And I'm pulling around to see who it is. What the hell are you thinking? I'm doing all that stuff. It was this young girl who probably didn't see me, she was scared shitless because I laid on the horn. I didn't just do it was like, you know, I was really pissed. So, and then I thought, how funny that I went from bliss, open-hearted, loving, practitioner, prayerful me to fuck you, I can't. But we do that, right? It's okay to react. But here's the thing. The chemicals in the body that are causing you to react in anger, that are causing you to hey, Brian, hey, Sarah. Yeah, I know, it's pretty funny. But the chemicals that cause you to react when someone pisses you off, they last about 2 minutes, 90 seconds to 2 minutes in the body. The pituitary gland releases some stuff, and the physical effects of that are about 2 minutes. So if you're staying in anger or resentment or pissed offness more than 2 minutes, we're just milking it, right? We're just being dramatic. That's the key. How can we wake up faster? Hey, Nicole, beautiful to see you. Yes, you're having that situation, Alyssa? All right, so here's the deal. How do we wake up faster? Open your heart. That's the piece. I had a downloaded meditation. There's a quote in the Quran that says, God's eyes are too pure to perceive inequity. Okay? And it's the consciousness, the presence in this high vibration, this field of all things possible, no one, no place, no time. These are Joe Dispenza kind of words, right? Where you're in a place where you're out of the physical, you're out of three-dimensional reality. You've moved past time, 4-dimension, and now you're in the 5th dimension where all things are possible. It's the quantum field. That's the energy of source. That's the energy of the divine. That's the energy that the first law of thermodynamics says can never be created. Nor, hey, Amanda, great to see you. Patty, Steph, great to see you. Thank you for joining. So this is the energy that is in, through, and as everything. What metaphysicians call the ever-loving arms, that what the first law of thermodynamics says has no beginning and no end, can't be created or destroyed, but can be transferred or conveyed into different forms. That's the source energy. That energy is such a high vibration, right? And we know, according to Einstein, E equals mc squared. Energy equals matter by the speed of light, right? You have to go through time, through space. Matter has to move through time and space. So when matter moves at the speed of light, it breaks down, right? That's at the point where matter becomes energy. So we know that all matter, these books behind me, are matter, and if we propel them at the speed of light, their source energy would be released, right? That's the field of the quantum. That's the field of the divine. That's the field of the mystic. So when we say God's eyes are too pure to perceive inequity, what is being said is that the resonant frequency of the divine is so high, it can't lower itself more than, into 4th dimension, right? Because if it comes down any further, it becomes matter, right? So get this. We must raise our minds above confusion. We must raise our vibration in order to meet it, right? We can only see with the eyes that we have. And if we're so locked into this 3-dimensional reality, only what I can taste, touch, feel, smell. Hey, Kyle, great to see you. Doreen, thank you. Hello. I'm in LA too for another day. I'm going back to Rythmia tomorrow. I'm looking forward to it. So here's the thing. The energy, the frequency of the divine can only lower its vibration so much. We must raise ourselves to meet it. How do we do that? We do that by keeping ourselves lifted in high consciousness through affirmative prayer, through seeing a practitioner, through going to retreats, through being in fellowship with other people at our spiritual center, at our community, at our meditation group, at our yoga center, whatever it is where you're in community and you feel connected with people, by moving our body. Right? We got to move the energy in our body. All of these things are ways that we raise our mind above confusion. Fran, hello. Yeah. Fran is saying she's in a place of uncertainty and keep vacillating between expansion and fear. It's a roller coaster. I get it. And so here's the thing about that, Fran, and it'll tie perfectly into what we're talking about, is that I know when I get into those states, I think it's going to always be this way. I think that my state is fixed, but we're not fixed. right? As you said, it's a roller coaster. You're going back and forth into this expansion and contraction, expansion and contraction. But I promise you, it's not expansion and contraction, expansion and contraction. It's expansion, contraction, expansion, contraction, expansion, contraction, expansion, contraction, right? So you're expanding each time, right? So here's the deal with that. To be okay with the discomfort, the uncomfort of that vacillation, that there's really nothing wrong, that you're going through an expansive period. And when you are confused or uncertain, that's a sure sign that certainty and clarity are seeking to emerge. You're right on the precipice of something great. So don't contract or capitulate into fear that it's always going to be this way. When is it going to end? Rather expand into, I got this. I know I'm supported by the ever-loving arms. I know that there's a source energy that is greater than everything, that's in, through, and as everything, and it's got me. Hey, David, great to see you. It's got me. It's holding me. So any problems that I'm facing are facing the divine source within me. They're not facing me. They're facing what's supporting me, what's got my back. And that is the ever-loving arms. That's the source energy. So as we stay in this realization, right, we can begin to lift our minds above confusion, lifting our minds out of the three-dimensional stronghold that we have in our senses and beginning to sense something more, that there's something greater. It can't appear to us with these eyes. We have to see with eyes beyond, right? See with eyes beyond our eyes. And see in a different way with a different faculty. It requires a different faculty, a different type of seeing. So as we, hey, Brian, that's so true. I love it. The waves always level out. Venna, great to see you. Margaret and Alyssa, how do you navigate to the fifth dimension when you're interacting with a person or persons who are sucking your energy from the third dimension? Man, okay, when you leave a person's presence and it feels like you've given a quart of blood, avoid that person. I'm sorry. But the truth is that we've got to protect ourselves in a certain amount. We got to be loving and open to people. But when somebody is, that's when they're taking more than they're giving, and you're feeling that life being sucked out of you, we gotta say, I love you. I can't be in this space right now. And that we also see with the eyes of the divine that are too pure to perceive inequity, right? That we separate the deed from the doer. That person may be in a really bad way right now, and they may be needing so much, right? And you must take care of yourself first before you can serve anyone else. So we see what they're doing, and then we separate that from who they are, an eternal being, an iteration of the divine who has the nature, namaste, the divine is in them just as it's in me, just as it's in you. But the actions that they're doing aren't serving and aren't benefiting. Who they are is perfect, whole, and complete. We see their wholeness, right? We see through the confusion. We see through the circumstance to wholeness. So, okay, Alyssa, I'm going to get to that in a minute, but I want to finish this thought that the divine's eyes are too pure to perceive inequity. This is the first thing, that God doesn't see us as the mess up, doesn't see our mistakes, the time that we got pissed in traffic, the judgment that we had about that person that was sucking too much energy from us, all of that, because the vibrational frequency is so high. It can't get mired down in this stuff, although it's all God, right? It's all source energy. But it's source energy at different frequencies, different vibratory frequencies. So what's behind me is a dense vibratory frequency, and it's solid, and it's hard to move it from place to place, right? But as we raise our minds above confusion through the practices of meditation, affirmative prayer, service, sacred study, movement, breath work, retreats, plant medicine, all of these ways of raising our vibration help us to little by little see more and more of the truth. So what I got out of this retreat was that, great, Brian. That was my mom's thought, to separate the deed from the doer. She's really, I love her so much. Oh, and Elizabeth, cutting the cords and bless them with whatever energy they believe they need. I love that exercise. So when you're dealing with somebody that's sucking the energy out of you, that's a great thought, Elizabeth. You can take an image and see the cords from your heart going to them. Golden cords, right? You fill those cords with love and light. Just infuse them with love and light. And then you grab them, right? You grab that cord and you take your golden scissors and you cut that cord and you release them, and you know, and you say to them, I forgive you for everything that you have intentionally or unintentionally done to hurt me. You and I are good. There's nothing between us any longer that could hurt or harm the other. I forgive you and you forgive me. I release you and know the best and highest good for you. Something along those lines. But you can see them, that golden cord, you can see them floating on a cloud and floating away, maybe in peace. You're releasing them and you're sending them off with love, right? It's a whole different, thank you for that reminder, Elizabeth. That was great. So here's the deal. God's eyes are too pure to perceive iniquity. It's not in the consciousness of the divine to judge you. It can't judge itself. You are one with God. No matter what we think, we're always one with the source. We didn't create ourselves. We were created from something. And from that thing from which we were created, we have all of the qualities and quantities of that, all of the aspects. When we say that we were made in the image and likeness, not likeness of the divine, it's that we contain the qualities of the divine. We contain the aspects of the divine, the facets of the divine. All of them are represented within us. The part contains the whole. The wave can't be separate from the ocean. It's an individual expression of a greater whole. The sunbeam can't be separate from the sun. It is an individual expression of a greater whole, but it's one, and that one beam contains all the qualities of the sun. So you contain all the qualities of the divine. I contain all the qualities of the divine. And its eyes are too pure to perceive anything that we would judge ourselves about. The way we're treating ourselves, the way we're treating other people, that time I got pissed off in traffic, that whatever it is that we're doing, God's eyes don't see, because that vibratory frequency is too high. It's too high, and it can't judge itself. Otherwise, it would create separation. That's the key. There's only oneness and wholeness at that high level. Right? When I was talking about how I'm noticing how I judge other people in an instant and my heart closes, I'm noticing when I judge, I see that person, reminds me of my ex-sister-in-law. And then my heart closes up and I go, what just happened? Right? I have to consciously drop into my heart. We're going to do a heart opening exercise in a little bit. But I want to finish this thought that the divine can't judge you, because that would be judging itself. And that would be causing separation. And God is, the divine is only wholeness, only perfection, only oneness. So this is the key, right? So when we judge ourselves, we're creating separation. When we're judging others, we're creating separation. We want to create oneness and wholeness. And watch how life changes when we open our hearts. I'm noticing it. So amazing. I was taking a flight the other day, and I don't know why I was judging the attendant, the flight attendant. She's not coming to me fast enough, or whatever it was in my head. I didn't like the way she was treating the person in the seat, two rows up and over, whatever my judgment was. Thank you, JJ, for your judgment. You can keep it, right? So, and I thought, well, I'm not going to get, anything from her. But then I caught myself, and I tried to do this experiment. Just to open my heart. So I just settled in. We first start to breathe through our heart center, right? Right here. Let me do this down. So right here at the chakra, right at our breastbone, right? And you can imagine maybe breathing in through that. You could think of it as having little nostrils. But when you take your in-breath, open up. And then as you exhale out in every direction, 365 degrees. And just spreading that love. And breathing in again. Breathing in from every direction. And then exhaling just a few breaths to help you tap into your heart. You can tap as well. Tap into this space. Just help to get out of his space and into this space. We say, this is the longest journey. It's only 15 inches. but it's the longest journey. And I tell you what, for years, I thought this was 10. And they lied, baby. Okay. So, yeah, you can be a little salacious and spiritual. I'm just saying. So, all right. Lori, love from Malibu. Erica, thank you for the heart opening. Yes. So this is the key as you can catch yourself. Remember, it's not to be judging yourself for judging other people. When you catch yourself and say, all right, I'm just going to drop into my heart. No judgment about it. Drop into your heart. Here's what happened with that a flight attendant. She came up. I ordered something from her. I had to give her my credit card. She goes, the card reader isn't working. I'm just going to give you all that for free. I got the whole thing for free. I was driving on the freeway the other day to work, and I'm trying to get around people, and this guy's going too slow. That's the other thing. When I judge, it means I'm taking it personally. I take a lot of stuff personally, and I started to notice that about myself, right? When I'm judging others, I'm taking it personally. That person that pulled out in front of me, they did it to me, right? Oh man, I really got to see this. So first of all, don't take it personally, right? That's one of the 4 agreements. I love Don Miguel Ruiz. Don't take it personally. Don't make assumptions, right? I'm assuming she did that on purpose. I'm assuming that they're always the same, that person at work. Don't make assumptions. Don't take it personally. When I can catch myself after falling asleep for a minute, I'm in judgment. Okay, don't judge myself for it. Just drop into my heart. Just notice. So I did that on the freeway. It was like I had my own private lane. I don't know what happened. Cars started to move into the other lane. I got there 10 minutes before the Waze, told me I would get there. How that happens in LA, I don't know. But I'm telling you that when we walk in this awareness that we are one with all of life and move out of judgment, move out of taking things personally, and move into our heart, out of our head and into our heart, things start to open up. People change. Dogs. Oh my God, I did this with a dog. You just open your heart. The dog, I was in the hallway, this dog that's always like a little skittish, she came running up to me today. I was like, wow. There's a dog in the office that I'm going to do this for. I haven't done it with a dog in the office, but the dog in the hallway, I opened my heart and she came like up, turned over on her back, showing her stomach, pet me. The dog never fucking dealt with me before. So we are in this unified field that lives, and we live and move and have our beingness in this field. And so as we open our hearts, we are expanding our toric field, our electromagnetic field. This is science. This isn't woo-woo. This is documented hardcore science. Everything has an electromagnetic field. Seeds, people, universes, solar systems has a toric field, an electromagnetic field. As we open our heart and become in resonance with our heart, right? Get our mind in resonance with our coherence with our heart, we expand our electromagnetic field. We are expanding our ability to communicate with that energy. We are raising our minds above confusion, right? To meet the source energy where it is, way up there, right? It can't come down too far because then it'll become matter. So we have to come to meet it. We've got to meet it, and we meet it by opening our hearts. That's the first step, getting our mind and our heart in coherence. And when we do that, things come into alignment because we are in alignment with the unerring order and harmony and balance of the universe. Alyssa, I'm so grateful. And I want you to know reacting is okay. We all react. I react all the time. How quickly we get out of it, that's the key. Can we turn it? Can we, again, if it's more than 2 minutes, we're milking it. We're being dramatic. Or as one of my friends in Costa Rica says, don't be so dramatico, okay? So here's the deal. It's like the prodigal son, right? The prodigal son goes out, leaves his father's home, leaves all the riches, all the finery. He spends all of his money, gets mixed up with some bad people. He ends up living like a pig in the slough right? And he doesn't want to go home because he's too embarrassed. He's too embarrassed to go home. Why would his father want him back? And he separates himself for all of the judgments that he has on himself. And finally, he comes crawling back home, and his father's just like, finally, you're back. I've just been waiting for you. Let's slaughter that cow and let's have a party. Let's celebrate. You're home. Welcome home, right? The father didn't see any inequity, didn't see any of the follies and the foibles of his spending all the money and running around with the wrong people and all the bad decisions that he made. He just welcomed him home. The divine's eyes are too pure to perceive inequity. It doesn't see you or me as making those mistakes, of making any issues. It only sees us as, hey, Debbie, only sees us as perfect and magnificent, and only wants our happiness, because that's the vibration. That's a high vibration, right? Happiness is the high vibration that gets us to love and joy and excellence and creativity. And that's what raises us to meet it. And it just wants to meet us, just wants us to come up a little bit, come up, as Reverend Michael would say, to the upper rooms, right? Get to the upper rooms of the mansion. And so, it can only lower its vibration so much. It's waiting for us to raise our vibration, to change our state of being. We do that primarily by dropping into our heart. So just breathe into your heart. If you have any questions, right, breathe into your heart. Let's do it together for a minute. Just close your outer eyes if you can. And just sit up straight, feet on the floor. And just for a few minutes, don't think about anything that's coming up or anything that's happened before. Just be right here, right now, right in this present moment. There's nothing else but now. And now just take a deep breath. Just relax. Just breathe. Take another deep breath. And now bring your awareness to the center of the sacred and holy center of your heart. Feel the space in between the front of your chest and your back. Where is that space? Become aware of it. Become aware of this energy center that is your heart chakra. It is the power center. It is our creative center. It is our connection and access. It's the midpoint between the divine and the earth, right? It's the bridge between heaven and earth. We are the bridge between heaven and earth. Our job is to raise our vibration so that we can meet the divine and bring it down, bring it here. We are the channel, right? So just open up your heart. Breathe into your heart like it has nostrils right there. And now as you exhale out in every direction. Just see it like dropping a pebble in the pond and the ripples going out, right? Just see that. Take another deep breath through your heart. In through the nose, out through the mouth. One more. Just place your awareness there and start to feel this energy center come to life. We're bringing life to it, right? We're opening back up just by placing our awareness there. It's in this way that we can just bring, in seconds, we can bring ourselves into coherence. We can bring ourselves into alignment. And in the midst, eyes wide open. We don't have to be on the top of the mountain. We don't have to be the Dalai Lama. We don't have to be Reverend Michael. We just have to be us. Just have to be us and wake up a little faster when we fall into judgment and opinion. It's okay. But when we do that and can get into our hearts, it changes everything. People change. The cars around you change. That guy in your office that pisses you off just the way he licks a stamp, he'll change, right? Oh, I'm so grateful. This has been such a beautiful talk, and I'm so grateful for all of you. Man, it's like we're building a community here, and I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So I'd like to end with a little prayer. And knowing that today is August 1st, Today's August 1st, and it is the month of vitality. August is the month of vitality. Are you guys ready for vitality? That's what this month is. And Ernest Holmes says, there is a vitality in our communion with the infinite, which is productive of the highest good. So when we open our hearts and can raise our minds above confusion to meet the high vibration of that energy that's too pure to see any of our mess ups, what we think are mess ups, right? Too pure to come down to that level. It only sees us as beautiful and tremendous. So when there is a vitality in that, there's a vigor and a vitalness and a radiance in that is productive of good, the highest good for everyone involved in each situation. So Alyssa, that person that you were talking about, if it wasn't Alyssa, whoever was saying that there's somebody that feels like they're draining you, in those moments of meditation, offer them love, right? Get into the communion for yourself with the divine and see that, watch that, alter the situation in unimaginable ways. Unexpected good, unexpected blessings, unexpected occurrences coming from unexpected places in unexpected ways in our life and the life of others. That's a little quote from the Oath of Manifestation. So this vitality of God is self-existent. It exists regardless, right? It's self-propelling. It needs no human compulsion. As I become conscious of my oneness with the good, I am filled with enthusiasm and a sense of energy and vitality. That's Ernest Holmes. As we become conscious of our oneness through our heart space, we are filled with enthusiasm. Enthusiasm, the etymology of enthusiasm in theos, it means with God. When we're enthusiastic, we're one with God. We're one with all life. Enthusiasm, that's how we want to walk in life, vital and enthusiastic. And so this presence, I am just so grateful for this, just to drop into prayer. This presence, I'm so grateful for this presence, for this acknowledgement, for this life, for this amazing, beautiful, sunny Southern California summer day that's out there right now. I'm grateful for each one joining this call, this Facebook Live. I'm so grateful for the opportunity to share and to express myself, knowing that there's one source and one life and one power, one energy, not two, not three, not good and evil, just one. All of it is God, no matter what the appearance is. One source. It is omniscient, omnipotent, omniactive, and omniscient, omnipotent. Omniscient, omnipotent, omniactive, and omnipresent. Those are the four qualities of God, everywhere present, all the power that there is, all the wisdom, omniscient, all-knowing. This is the presence, and this presence is loving. We know it's loving because it has given us the gift of life without any condition. We can vibrate wherever we want. Lowest vibration or the highest vibration, doesn't matter. It has given us this gift of life without condition. And if something is given without condition, it's given with love. That's unconditional love. This is what the divine has given us. So we know it's loving. We know it's powerful because it creates planets and multiverses and universes and solar systems. And they spin and move without any human intervention. It's all happening without us, right? This is the power of the divine, and we're part of it. We're one with it. I know I'm one with it. I know each of you are one with it. Everyone in the sound of my voice is one with the power of the divine. Right where you are, the divine, loving, holy presence is there with you in its fullness, meaning all the love, all the joy, all the abundance, all the power, all the peace, all the creativity, all the excellence, all of the balance and order and harmony. Everything, every bit of it is right where you are. How do we access it? We raise our minds above confusion. We lift our energy. To join me now as we lift our energy to meet that ever-loving presence and allow it to pour a blessing upon us that is too big to be contained, too great for us to even realize. It's just waiting there. It's just waiting for us to meet it. It's too pure to perceive any of our judgments and opinions. We got to leave those behind as we rise up together. Together we rise to see this one source, one power, one life expressing everywhere as us. We allow it. We make it welcome. We welcome it now as it's moving through each one of us, knowing that it is pouring a blessing on each one of you of all needs met, all material needs met, everything you need, all your emotional, physical, mental, and spiritual needs met. Open up to the divine. Allow it to pour this blessing onto you. Everything that you require is given to you. Our acceptance is what makes it real and opens the space for manifestation to rush in. I'm knowing so much good that each one of us is led to an ever-increasing good. It's only getting better. How good can you stand it? That's the question you need to be asking. We are being led to ever-widening fields of awareness as we expand our consciousness and place our awareness ever further out into the divine. And we are being led to an ever deeper connection with God, with the source of all of life, with the eternal source energy. We change it in the source and it changes in the field. We change it out in love. We change it in the eternal. We go there. We see the good. And this is the metaphysical truth that what we are seeking is seeking us. It exists in the field of infinite possibility. Raise your mind to meet it. Raise your vibration to meet it and draw it to you. Draw it back down. Bring it back down. You're the channel. I know each one of us is open and available to more good than we have ever experienced, seen, or manifested in our lives. This is the truth. I'm so grateful to know this word, that each one is blessed in a blessing, that the power of God enfolds you, the love of God surrounds you, and the light of God goes before you, making the crooked ways straight and the bumpy ways smooth. Grace and ease, peace of mind, and health of body are yours. I am so grateful to speak this word. I'm so grateful to know this truth. I'm so grateful to feel this energy flowing through me, and for each one of you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I release this word. I know that it's done. I know it's already done. I know this. And I know that it will not return unto us void. It shall accomplish the task at which we set it out to do in its fullness. In fact, I'm rejoicing in its certainty. I'm giving thanks for its completion because it is done. And so it is. All right. Man, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Love you all so much. Wishing you so much love and joy today. Thank you. I appreciate you. And Colby, I'll respond to you offline. Much love. Thank you, thank you, thank you.